Hello, tonight was about Acts 28 and Proverbs 29. So, you go ahead.
Well, this is the last chapter of Acts, Pleasant, and it was a good experience because they finally were able to safely land on shore after that tempestuous wind storm, Euroclydon. Do you remember that? Do you remember a guy rapped about that many years ago? And he's good friends with Chance the Rapper. You don't remember him?
Oh, Just Steve.
Yes. Is that his name? Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. And at the time I was like, what is the name of this storm? But check him out. I think he's still local in Chicago, but he was so creative and he was able to just say it free out of his heart. Well, anyway, after that storm that Paul experienced, they finally were able to get to shore and in the island called Malta, and people there were unusually kind to him and the people who were with him. And there was a snake that bit him, and they were like, okay, he's about to die. But no, they saw that he was able to survive, live, be sustained, and then they were like, well, what's wrong with him? Is he like some special God? No. And it's just that he had the power of the Most High within him, and it was directly influencing his life. And as a matter of fact, he was able to heal on that island. There was a man named Publius who had a sick father, and Paul just continued to lay hands on people, and people were made well. So wherever, even after the storms, the Lord truly wants to use us and to impact those who are around. Whether we're on an island, whether we're in a desert, in the woods, God plants us in places. Did you get anything from the last chapter of Acts?
I think the 27th part of verse.
These people have become closed-minded and hard of hearing. They have shut their eyes so that their eyes never see, their ears never hear, their minds never understand, and they never turn to me for healing. That's from the Old Testament.
Oh, I'm sorry, I blinked out. What was the first part of that? Just read like the first part.
In the first part, you will hear clearly but never understand. You will see clearly but never comprehend. These people have become closed-minded. We just saw the debates, and oh my goodness, how closed were some ears because they kept on talking on top of one another, and they were not being open-minded to each other. Well, particularly someone was not listening, and it was just total chaos.
Okay, well, I liked. Well, and it sounds a little better in here. For the heart of this people is waxed gross. I like that because it's basically saying like they've turned callous and not sensitive or compassionate to people. Mm-hmm. I think that's a very important quality to have. Even if you may not like a person, mm-hmm. It's important to think about why you don't like the person. Like, why do they act the way they act? And to get to the root problem instead of judging them or being mean to them, because there's enough of that. And only way to combat meanness is not with more meanness, it's kindness.
And regarding what you're saying, verse 22, the Lord wants us to do this. He wants us to be able to hear one another. And it says, however, we would like to hear what you think, right? He wants us to be open. We might not agree, but at least we're not talking on top of one another saying, you know what, I know everything. You don't know anything. You're dumb, blah, blah, blah. No, the Lord wants us to be compassionate and to hear one another because he still created that person. And in Proverbs 29, we saw this. A fool uttereth all their mind, but a wise man keepeth their words till afterwards. So sometimes we just have to shut it, listen, and hear other people's opinions. But a wise person controls, but a fool expresses all their emotions and they're just out there. You have something to say about that?
That's true.
We saw that tonight. but God will give us temperance and self-control so that we can respect one another. Have a wonderful evening.